Have you gotten a random bag of goodies on your doorstep this time of year and wondered what the heck is booing? I was introduced to booing when we first moved into this neighborhood 4 years ago. It happened the first year we were here, and we'd only been here about 3 months. And all of a sudden, this bag of goodies showed up on my doorstep and a sign that said, "Pass it along." And I had no idea what was going on. We don't have kids. We do have 5 years of infertility, but no kids at the moment. And so I wasn't quite sure what booing was. And as it turns out, booing is simply a pay it forward Halloween tradition. Neighbors and friends put together little goodie bags that can be anything from baked goods, bought store treats, to little games or crafts, and put them in a bag and leave them on your doorstep anonymously, along with a sign that says, "Hey, you've been booed, now pay it forward." For us, this is what it looks like. These are bags that I created to return the booing favor. So we have that little sign on the back that lets them know what this bag is, that it wasn't just a random bag that forgot to have somebody's name attached to it. It was indeed meant to be anonymous and for the whole family. Then inside, I always paper clip these signs inside the bag. It's easier for folks to find them, I think. And you have 2 pieces of paper. One is a little sign. I don't know if you can see that. One is a little sign that they can put up in their window that says, "We've already been booed, no need to drop any gifts here. Put it to someone else who has not been booed." The other one is telling them what booing is. It is simply telling them, hey, this is an anonymous pay it forward tradition during Halloween from my family to yours. You don't know who I am, but I know who you are, and I hope that you have a good fall. That's all that booing is. So again, like I said, I paper clip this into the bag so it's easier for them to find, because this can get lost amongst all of the gifts. The gift giving is usually a pretty broad spectrum of things. As adults without kids, I always appreciate when the gift includes something that's like a wine glass or a candle that I can use. And so I try to pay that forward in each gift. I include items that are specifically for children, and I include items that are clearly more for adults, all in one bag. So for instance, in this bag, I'm including a candle that smells so good. Oh, I want to keep it, but I'm not going to. Along with a cute, tiny autumn sign. I got this from the dollar store. It is nothing that's breaking the bank, but it is something that tells them this is for you, not just for the kids. Then the rest of the bag is for kids. Because let's face it, this tradition is mostly for children. What I typically include in there for children are 2 main items. One is some sort of treat that is store-bought. I don't typically do home-baked goods because I never know if someone has an allergy and you don't have ingredients listed on home-baked goods, so I just do a store-bought treat of some sort, whether that's candy or cookies, something along those lines. And then I also do a craft. The crafts that I choose are ones that are all inclusive. They have all the materials that someone would need in order to complete this craft. So this one in particular, you're just painting little wooden signs. It has the paintbrush, the paint, and the little wooden signs. And the reason I do it this way is because there is nothing worse as a kid than finding some amazing craft and then not being able to do it because you're missing some of the supplies. So doing something like this, it was about $3 or $5. It was like $5 or less at Target for this entire kit, and it came with 2. I always make sure to remember who has how many kids. So if they have 2 kids, this is good enough. If they have 3 kids, I'll include 2 of these packets so that everybody has one. But this has all the materials they need. The only exception to this rule is if there's something that requires glue. I usually assume that most households that have young children probably have glue. The final thing that I include in these bags for kids are little knick-knack things that sometimes can be passed along. So in here I have bubbles, but I also I bought a pack of 16 Halloween fingers that are just fun little items. I mean, they're not consumable, they're not going anywhere. And so what this means is the adults, once the kids are done playing with these, can stuff them away in a closet, and next year if they get surprise booed and they're caught off guard and they don't have any items on hand, they can just pull these out, pop them in a bag, and be like, surprise, here's my boo in return. But that is just how I do my boo bags. You can do a whole slew of ideas. You can do home baked goods, especially if you know who you're baking for and if they have any allergies. You can do homemade crafts, you can do all sorts of things that are really amazing and super sweet, and they don't have to cost an arm and a leg. They're supposed to be pretty cheap, small gifts. Boo gifts are really just supposed to amp kids and adults up for the season and basically tell them, hey, someone is thinking about you and hoping that you have a good Halloween and a good fall. So there's no reason to go out and break the bank on any of these things. The other thing I do, because I am really bad at bow tying, creating, is I practice my bows that I'll be doing for Christmas on these bags, because it's just one more opportunity for me to get my technique a little bit better, because clearly it needs it. And then the other thing I like to do is create something that's a gift within the packaging. So for instance, this is a dollar store door hanger, and it's just autumn themed. It's usually pretty benign and cute, and like I said, it costs $1, but it's a part of the packaging, so it spruces up the packaging, and then it's something that can actually be used or passed on. It can be held on for next year's boo bags if that is something that they prefer to do. I hope this information was useful. For me, I wish that I had known what boo bags were when we moved in, because boy was I unprepared when we had one dropped off the day before Halloween that first year. That was surprising, and then I was scrambling trying to figure out what to do about it. So hopefully this was helpful. If you like this video, go ahead and hit the thumbs up button, subscribe down below. Most of my videos are gardening videos with animals thrown in, but this one I thought would be useful because my mom, who's a teacher for 30 years, didn't know what booing was, and neither did I, and so I thought if we don't know what booing is, there might be other people who don't, and this might be helpful information, especially this time of year. So again, if you like gardening videos, go ahead and hit subscribe. If you don't and you're just here for the boo bag content, that's cool too. I hope you have a wonderful fall and a happy Halloween, and until next time, I will see you in the next video.